Hello Libras and welcome to Dekutarot. I'm going to be doing your mid to the end of February and Valentine's Day love reading for singles and couples for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So guys, this reading will not resonate with every single Libra out there. It is not meant to and absolutely cannot resonate with every single Libra. But that is why we have to check our other placements. So do check out your other placements. Check out your monthly February 2019 reading for some other important messages that might be good for you to hear, as well as your 2019 to 2020 reading. And of course, I do have my weeklies for every week. So check those out if you're looking for some more messages or looking for some more clarity. All right, Libras. So after the 14th, our active practicality really must assume overriding importance within our lives here. We must really be focusing on practicality because all month Venus has been making advances on Capricorn, Saturn, and Pluto, strengthening the appeal of law, order, traditional security, traditional long-term stability. And as Mars moves into Taurus, actually on the 14th, which is Valentine's Day, and the Virgo full moon on the 18th, 19th coincides with the culminating clinch of Venus, Saturn, and Pluto. We're going to have a real cosmic demand to apply our energy and our will to really whatever makes us feel safe in the long term materially, as well as in terms of stability. That can be home, food, money, but especially so with relationships. We were looking for long-term sustainable survival energy here. So again, resist any tempting promises or situations that might distract you from the harsh realities of what's really happening here. All right? So Libras, Libras, Libras. Let's look at Libra singles first. Libra singles, those that are not in relationships, that are not coupled, might be in complicated situations, might have somebody that they're interested in. Let me look at all my Libras. Libras, Libras, in terms of love for my single Libras for Valentine's Day in the middle of February to the end of February. Libras. And we're getting Six of Swords reversed. Single Libras. Oh, what's coming out here? The moon in the center of your reading here. I had other cards, but that was the one that was right on top and upright. So let's see what else comes out here in terms of love and relationships for my single Libras from the middle of February 2019 to the end of February. The Star. And the Star has been showing up in all the readings pretty much. Almost every reading for love so far, the Star has showed up. So again, maybe you're dealing with an Aquarian. You might have Aquarian placements. But again, there's just this big Piscean Aquarian energy right now. Because we are moving into Pisces season around, I think it's like I think it might be the 20th. It might be 18th, though. I need to go and check that again, which is embarrassing. I should know this. I think it's actually the 18th or 19th. So, anyways, all right. Well, let's put some clarifiers here. So I don't drop everything. Let's look at the clarifiers for you guys. Yes. Clarify for my single Libras, and it does move into Pisces, it looks like on the 18th, actually. This is when the sun enters Pisces. Sorry, I was like, I needed to know. As I knew it was earlier this month than usual, because February is shorter. All right, let's clarify the Six of Swords for my single Libras. My single Libras for February 14th, Valentine's Day, to the end of the month for love. What does this mean for love? My single Libras. Six of Swords, reverse, clarify that means for their love and relationships. We're getting, ooh, the Knave of Pentacles. The Moon. Clarify the Moon for my single Libras. What's coming up with the Moon here? Just bringing up the Moon energy in terms of love and relationships. Clarify the messages there. Seven of Cups. Yep, that's a very Piscean, dreamy energy there. That's absolute Pisces energy right there. All right, let's see. You might be very confused about a relationship situation and where it's going, honestly. All right, the stars. Let's clarify the stars here. For my single Libras, we're getting Judgment. Okay. So, interesting. The Six of Swords reversed to me is an inability to move on from something, or an unwillingness to honestly move forward from a situation or out of a particular type of emotional status, you know, if you know what I mean, like a certain type of energy. We might be afraid to leave, might be afraid to communicate to somebody with the Six of Swords, because swords can also indicate communication and mental understanding. I mean, usually it's wands, but I don't know why I'm getting that some of you guys might be afraid to move forward into something, communicate on something. Maybe you feel confused about how this person feels about you. You're confused about what their intentions are. There's a lot of dreamy Piscean energy here in the middle of it that's kind of affecting how we're seeing the situation. The moon is very fear-based, very much, you know, bringing dreams into reality. It's very dreamy energy. And with the Seven of Cups, there's definite confusion here. An inability to really understand which way to go and, you know, what is your best option here, what to do. You know, there's a lot of fantasy energy, imagination, dreamy energy here, but it's figuring out which of these cups has something really to hold. And again, that moon is very... it's all about, it's very illusory energy is really what I'm trying to say here at the center of your reading for love. So again, we might be really stuck up in this illusory energy, unwilling to see things for how they are. And again, guys, see, I got this message with Virgo as well. It's not as painful. Virgo had some kind of painful messages, honestly, for love this month. But you guys seem to be taking whatever this dreamy, confusing energy is and extracting some type of path forward here with it. Either that, or again, we might be dealing with a Pisces or an Aquarius here, and we might be confused about, you know, what our energy is with this person. But Judgment is saying that maybe somebody's coming back around. Sometimes I see Judgment as that coming back around card. So maybe you were confused about. I feel like some of you guys again are confused about a situation, but it does seem to be coming back around towards the end of the month here, to really take it out of a very dreamy energy here with the stars, the moon, the Seven of Cups. That's really the energy I get with all that. It's very, ooh, like up in the ethers, like I don't know where this is going. I don't really know what the energy here is. I don't know what this person really wants. What do they really have to offer? You also might be unsure. You might have a lot of options at this time and not really know which one is the best. But to me, this kind of feels like we're having trouble moving forward here with that Six of Swords, and maybe we're trying to carry things that no longer serve us into this, or, you know, ways to approach a relationship here. Might be, again, be trying to carry something on with somebody who is just not based in reality. And for you guys, this is very frustrating energy to deal with, because you guys are very much based on, you know, being upfront, being straightforward, understanding things for what they are. And I don't know, it's just, it's very opposite of your energy, in my opinion, it feels. Yeah. There needs to be an abandonment of some type of childish, dreamy nostalgia. Maybe we're applying, you know, a childhood dream of like romance and relationships, you know, that first love type of energy here to our present situation. And maybe that's what's got us kind of messed up here, is that we're still stuck in that same mindset, that same, you know, headspace of our first love. And we realize maybe that we've been bringing in relationships based on that first energy, and we need to bring it up, because the Knave of Pentacles has something to offer, but it's very childish energy, it's young energy. It just doesn't seem to really, it doesn't really seem to fit into a more mature relationship. So if that's what we're looking for, and that's what we want here, there's a lot of fear and illusory, again, energy here in letting this go and having this kind of energy control it. We need to let something go. Maybe, again, a relationship from the past here, or how that relationship affected us in how we're approaching relationships now. The Six of Swords first, it's just such an interesting way to start this off here. Again, maybe we feel like we haven't been able to move on from somebody, or realizing that we haven't moved on from somebody for some reason or the other here. And why is that coming up for you guys? That's interesting. There's a lot of apathy with all this too. There's depression and over life really not moving forward in the ways that we've hoped for. Maybe that's why we're frustrated here. Maybe we're not happy with how our relationships have never moved really past this type of maybe childish energy. Maybe maybe we continually to bring in people that are just not mature, that aren't going to give us what we really need and want. Some of us here, again, are stuck on that childhood love type of energy here, and we need to let that go, because we are not children, and we can't be attracting in the love of, you know, teenage years. That's not going to be the same type of love, and it's not going to be what gives us satisfaction and happiness as an adult. Let me pause this while this goes off. Sorry, our dishwasher, every time it goes off, it like sings this really weird song and I can't make it stop, so I just always have to pause when it's when it's done, or else you guys would hear a really weird, creepy song in the background. Anyways, this to me also shows if we're unhappy with our circumstances right now, we have to be willing to stop being so complacent about it and stop, letting our fear. We're getting stuck in this complacent plateau where we're going to get stuck in our heads and start thinking, oh, maybe it's us, but it's because we're not moving forward. We're not being active. We're getting stuck up in our heads. We're getting stuck up in the emotions. We could be even having some kind of depressive behavior. So again, we need to not get so stuck in the same old, same old. We can't get stuck in trying to bring in the same old relationships in either, if that's what the problem is here. We need to be looking at new ways forward and not letting this energy of fear and frustration and boredom and dissatisfaction with where we are, but an inability to see a way forward get in the way. The star here says there is promise, there is hope here, there is a better future, but we have to be willing to go out and get it. We have to be willing to make those changes, to take out our dead. And to me, your dead is this energy right here. You're being confronted with all the issues here that are that have held you back in terms of love. If you want a long-term stable relationship, that Virgo supermoon is bringing up this energy to kind of throw this in your face and say, have you been too complacent, Libra? What needs to be changed here? What needs to be reworked? Are you approaching relationships in a way that is good for you at this point? Or are you not happy? Are you not happy being single for one reason or the other? Are you not happy with the people that you're bringing in? And if that's the problem, it's how we're approaching it, the energy that we're putting out, and not really being complacent and not trying to make a change here, not trying to see what needs to be reworked in order to bring in that love that we want. Because we can't just, yell, throw our fists up at the universe and say, why won't you give me what I want? It's within you. It's your power. It's if you go for it. So don't stay rooted and bored and be waiting for, Prince Charming or Princess Charming or whoever to come and sweep you off your feet. You're not going to get that energy. You also can't stop yourself from the fear of going forward. Don't be afraid of, a lot of times, again, this came up in quite a few of the readings. In terms of love, the only thing to fear is fear itself. You have to put yourself out there or else you'll never know. And I always get so frustrated, honestly, with people who don't even put in the effort to try. If you don't tell someone how you feel, if you don't put in that effort, then why are you complaining that love isn't coming into you? Why are you complaining that your relationship situation is the way it has been, that everything is stagnating? You have to make those changes, and you can't be waiting on other people to do it throughout your whole life. It's never going to happen that way. It's really hard, I think, for some people to understand that, but do understand that you have total control over that. That is up to you, and you can make excuse after excuse and blame it on somebody else here, but it's the changes that we need to make within ourselves and going about something differently. We're not the same people that we were maybe a year ago, even a month ago. And things need to change. We've gone through external changes here, and internal ones need to be... we need to make some internal changes as well, is really what I'm saying. But the Seven of Cups, the Star, to me, the Star always comes up after the Tower. So you can always assume that there was a Tower moment that brought about this energy. And this is healing from that, even if it's years later, months later, however long later. The Star usually indicates that there was a Tower moment before this, There's tranquility and visionary progress that's coming in, It shows us that the light at the end of the tunnel, that after that moment of darkness, it's always darkest before the dawn. And that's really what this says with the moon, the Seven of Cups, the stars. Understanding this, going within, trying to understand this energy, picking through it and realizing, I need to put my feet on the ground and be more realistic. I need to be more proactive in terms of love and how I'm approaching it and how I'm bringing it in and even how I'm loving myself here. If I want to bring in that relationship, I need to be able to see this light at the end of the tunnel. I need to know and have hope that this can happen, but it comes with change. So again, don't, have these unrealistic expectations turn into fears and doubts and worries. Know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel and that whatever you're going through is coming up so that you can release it and bring in the love that you want. You've changed, Libra. And you can't be bringing in the same love that you were bringing in. You can't be complacent about how you've been approaching love if you want to bring in that relationship. Oh, before I put these away, let's leave these out while I pull your love cards here for Romance Angel Oracles for my single Libras. Okay, not Six of Swords, what am I saying? These are my Doreen Virtue Romance Angels Oracle cards for... I'm going to do one for Valentine's Day and one for mid to the end of the month. Valentine's Day for my Libras, Valentine's Day for my Libras for love, and romance for my singles. Love angels, goddesses of love, goddess Aphrodite come through. Release your ex. Wow, that is perfect for you guys. Release your ex. I don't really feel like I even need to read the description for that. The time has come to clear your energy. Release your ex. I'm not even going to read the description for that, honestly, because that's so clear. It's like, look at how relieved she is. She's like, oh, I finally released my ex. I can finally move forward now. And that's what you need to do, because that's what's coming up here. We haven't fully released somebody. All right, love and romance for mid-February, end of February. For my Libras, what do they need to know from the romance angels, from the love goddesses? Ooh, religious factors? Interesting. Okay, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. I've never received that, and I'm not the most... I mean, I'm not going to get into my own religious views right now. Some people get... I don't know. It's just not something I feel like you should get into. Maybe I'll get into it after I get to 10,000 followers. We'll talk about it in a live reading or something. But I have very different views on a lot of things. This card reveals that religion and spirituality are subtle but important factors in your love life. Perhaps you're looking for a relationship with a partner who shares your spiritual beliefs. If so, this card comes to you as guidance to seek your new partner at the church, temple, or meeting place associated with your faith. If you're currently with a partner who isn't spiritually minded or whose beliefs are differ markedly from your own, you may feel dissatisfied. You may also be influenced by family traditions that expect you to marry within your own culture or religion. The romance angels are helping you address this issue, and they ask you to remain true to yourself during the process. Decide which factors you will and won't accept in your relationship and what priorities are for your partner. For instance, it's possible that your love interest may live the spiritual principles that you find important without having the same religious affiliation that you do. The angels remind you that your partner, like everyone, everyone has their own spiritual truth because everyone is spirit. Although it's not up to you to change your partner to match your spiritual path, your affirmations, prayers, and visualizations can have a positive effect and influence on both of you in your relationship. So interesting. That's a really interesting message for you guys. Again, this is very spiritual, very cosmic. Trusting your higher self as well at this time. Listen to your higher self. Listen, meditate. I always say that those are important things, like to everybody, but sometimes when there's a lot of cosmic energy, the moon, the stars coming up, I do see that as definitely need to connect with your higher self, your spirit guides. Spirit in general is trying to connect with you at this time, and however you see it, religiously or non-religiously, or again, higher self, meditation versus other ways, prayer, etc. It's time to connect. Alrighty, so that was for single Libras. That was a lot longer than I expected it to be, but let's move on to the coupled Libras now. Alrighty, coupled Leos. Oh my god, I said Leos. Libras. I did not mean to. Maybe some of you guys are dealing with Leos. I can't believe I just said that. Like, I just... not thinking about Leos at all. So that's really weird. So maybe some of you are thinking about your Leo partner here. Alright, so this is for my coupled Libras. Check out the pick a card love reading I have for what's coming in for you for February 2019 in love. That might have some important messages for you, or if you have a specific question and answer, and you need an answer for it, it might help you with that as well. Alright, so we're going to use the Aquarian Tarot here to check out for my coupled Libras what's coming in for Valentine's Day and mid to end of February for love. Valentine's Day and mid to end of the February for love. My couple Libras, my Libras in relationships. What's happening here? Four of Rods reverse. Interesting. It kind of just like flipped itself out in a really awkward way. Okay. Let's see. What else is coming in for my coupled Libras here for middle to the end of February? My coupled Libras for love and romance. Be experiencing in terms of love. The Hermit reverse. Interesting. Okay, so if you guys are dealing with a Virgo, go check out their reading. They had the most painful reading, most unexpectedly painful reading that I don't know. It was a very difficult reading, honestly. So if you have any placements in Virgo, or you're cross-watching for, or if you have a Virgo in your life or whatever, go check out their reading. That was weird, interesting. A lot darker than I expected, honestly, because darker than I expected, but also not totally surprising with the Virgo supermoon on the 18th, 19th, which is the closest the moon will be actually in 2019. So let's see what else is coming out here. Love and romance for my Libras. Mid-February to the end of February. Justice. Okay, you guys actually got 4 cards, and I'm not going to ignore it because I haven't had 4 cards for any other sign, and why not? I guess you guys are in this energy too. Ugh. Okay. 4 of Rods reversed, the Hermit reversed. What's happening here for my Libras in their love lives? For Valentine's Day, mid-February to the end of February. 4 of Rods reversed for my coupled Libras, my Libras in relationships. 8 of Rods. Hermit reverse. Clarify the Hermit reverse here. For my coupled Libras. Hermit reverse for my coupled Libras. Their love and relationships. Their love lives. Their partnerships. Let's bring up this Hermit reverse. What is it saying here? Lovers reverse. What the hell? Okay. Okay. Justice. Clarify justice. Page of Swords. To me, it feels like some of us here might be... I don't know. We'll see. I saw the Tower pop out as well with some other cards, but that was before I even started. But I did notice it. So some of you guys might have been dealing with a Tower moment. This might be surrounding or encompassing a Tower moment I'm getting for some of you guys. Justice, Page of Swords. Clarify justice to the Page of Swords for my Libras, for their love lives. My coupled Libras. Bring up the messages here. What are the messages? 6 of Cups reversed. Okay. We'll pull another clarifier if we feel we need one here, but this is interesting and unexpected. All right, 4 of Rods reversed, the 8 of Rods here. To me, this is... this energy right here can maybe say... we're having some issues with communication here. I mean, there's a lot of movement forward, a lot of Rods here, which to me is usually communication, very quick communication, moving forward very quickly, momentum towards your desired end here. Also could be travel. It's interesting though, because the 4 of Rods here, maybe you're not looking forward to some type of event. Maybe you weren't looking forward to Valentine's Day because of something, or I don't know. This is really weird to me. Especially with the Hermit reverse, there's a need to spend some time alone, or again, maybe we're dealing with a Virgo or a Gemini here, where I don't know, we're not coming together in love, or maybe we're having a different option and we're deciding to go towards something else because we're not really into what is coming up right now. Again, we could also be hearing from an ex, even if we are in a relationship, and we could be hearing from somebody that is interested in us that we're just not interested in, and we're kind of cutting them off here. This person could also bring up feelings of nostalgia, bring up a lot of, you know, types of feelings from the past here. Again, it could be an ex, could be somebody you dated in the past, somebody that didn't get over you here. It could be that kind of energy. However, I feel that we're kind of, I don't know, this is weird. I'm going to try to get a good feel on this. Yeah, there's just, I don't know, this is weird. This came up for Virgo too. It's almost like you're refusing to mature. When I see the Hermit reverse, to me there's a refusal to mature. There's a refusal to seek out the balance that you need to. Sometimes I see, I mean, Justice is your card here. Something to do with a decision that you're making, or something that you're dealing with here that you have to make a decision about, or try to find some balance in. But to me, with the 4 of Rods reversed, there's this, you know, we're socializing too much. We're focusing on other things in order to avoid looking at ourselves. Okay, we're looking at other things in our life, you know, maybe in social situations, throwing ourselves into the drama of other people and their problems here, and whatever's going on with other people and their relationships, in order to kind of distract us from maybe a situation with us. However, the 4 of Rods reverse could also, I don't know, some people say it means the same thing reverse. I've never seen it that way. To me, it shows that there's disharmony there, that we're not connecting properly, and it's probably because, again, usually comes up to me as an inability to really look at ourselves and look at a situation in our life that keeps coming up here. The 8 of Rods will push forward on that. We might get some type of information coming in on that, or again, we might be pushed to deal with it. There's momentum here. There's a lot of energy, a lot of connecting energy, a lot of communication energy. You know, we need to keep our eyes and ears open when this is coming out. We need to get our priorities sorted out because things are really speeding up here. You know, there's opportunities and doorways that need to be, that we'd like to move into, and maybe we're being closed off here about it. in some way, we're refusing to mature based on whatever's coming in here. We might have heard some type of information, or we might be experiencing a disconnect with our partner, and there's need to deal with it. However, when it feels like when you deal with it, this person just kind of closes you off. Or again, it doesn't have to be somebody else, but I'm feeling like there might be, again, somebody with either a Virgo or a Gemini in the center of your reading here, and they're not coming off very well. They're not coming across very well at this time, because the Hermit reversed, again, is the inability, the refusal to mature, the inability to really become wiser with whatever has happened. Because of things that have happened in the past here, we have not learned from them, and it does feel like maybe that's what's coming up here, and that's why we're having trouble connecting. We did not learn from a situation in the past, or we're refusing to see something for what it is. So something is coming in to either communicate to us about it, to push us forward here. And I actually want to pull a card actually on what that is exactly. Because there's something, could even be that, you know, somebody's made a choice here with the Lovers reversed. You know, there's a lot of frustration here. Honestly, when I see the Lovers reversed with the Four of Wands reversed, we're not connecting very well with our partner this month. We're having a really hard time connecting. They might be traveling. They might be just kind of gone. Or you guys might just, either you or your partner is unable, or maybe even both of you are unable to talk about whatever is really going on here, your true feelings. There's an inability to really face up to what's going on between you. And for some of you, you guys just don't have that you guys like just don't have that connection anymore. We're not feeling that nostalgia. Again, we're so focused on what was that we cannot see now what is. I don't want this to be a painful reading. I didn't want this to be a painful reading. God damn it. Let's see. Four of Wands, Eight of Rods. What's coming in here? What's happening there? With that and the Lovers reversed energy here. Let's take a good look at that guy. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, Seven of Swords. Okay, wow. I don't like this. Okay, this is not the reading I wanted for you guys. I was expecting... You and Virgo are throwing me off my game right now. This is not the love reading I wanted to do. But that's okay. Sometimes these moments are what teach us. I mean, not sometimes. They always teach us more about ourselves and what we need in love. So again, Eight of Rods, Seven of Swords, the Hermit, the Lovers reversed. To me, there is communication that needs to happen about this situation. When the Seven of Swords pops up, there is a sneaky fox here. Somebody or both of you are not communicating your true feelings. Something has happened. You know, there's irritations. There's a lot of irritating energy, fighting, disconnection here. Maybe even taking a break. Maybe even taking a break here, deciding to take a break based on some truth that has come out here. Because yes, justice is your card, but to me it's also about something coming out, truth coming out, for the good or for good or bad, balance and a sense of proportion in your life here need to be addressed. And sometimes, you know, a painful truth must come out here again. We must face the truth of a situation, must face the Seven of Swords. When those are our true feelings, or again, that other person's true feelings, and they're being hidden. So we need to communicate about that, because we both know the Seven of Swords is there. There's disconnection here. There's frustration. So this is the elephant in the room to me. There's an elephant in the room in your relationship that needs to be talked about. Otherwise, it does seem like the relationship is going to end. Especially with the Six of Cups reversed. To me, that's kind of a disillusion card here. You know, there's an inability to outgrow something. Again, we're not outgrowing the past. We're not learning from our experiences here, Libra, and that's why this situation is coming up like the way it is. Again, somebody could be coming back from the past to kind of throw a wrench in your plans and in your relationship, and that might be what's coming up here. Whatever you're getting some type of communication here. And again, this could be you with that Page of Swords, but I don't feel like it is. Again, I don't feel, yes, this is your energy, but it feels like you guys are deciding that a connection is not what it is, or again, we need to balance this out because we haven't grown past this. On the surface level, you don't want to deal with any of this. It's really what I'm getting here. We don't want to deal with this. We don't want to mature. We don't want to be faced with this right now. There's like a hearty, like, I don't think so. I don't want to deal with this right now, like message from you guys. But it needs to be dealt with. Whatever this situation is that's coming up here, Libras, and again, it's going to be different for all of you, and this isn't going to resonate with all of you, and that's okay. So don't freak out if it doesn't resonate with you, and you're like, my partner's cheating on me, they're going to leave me, and this is going to happen when we're like traveling or doing this, something's going to come out. No, don't freak out, but you know, there is something that needs to be talked about here. Because we are not connecting. It does seem like you guys are fighting, are disconnecting here, are not coming together the way that, you know, you should be at this time, and that's not good. For some of us here, it might mean that we break. Sometimes I see Justice and the Hermit reverse as a need to take a break, a need to cut oneself off in order to balance out, to look the other way, to cut the situation off, because the Six of Cups is saying that maybe we're relying on the nostalgia of the relationship. Maybe we've been together for a very long time, like 10 or so, or even longer years for some of you, and we're getting stuck in this nostalgia of it, of what it was, instead of what it is. And what it is at this time is the Four of Rods reverse, the Seven of Swords, the Hermit reverse, the Lovers reverse. And it's a painful time here. I don't want to like say it's time to take a break here, but it's time to take a break and try to mature here. Try to really learn from what has happened here. We cannot be refusing to mature, to be refusing to face a situation for what it is here, because that is going to keep on coming up here. You know, we need to think about this person that we love, or the person that we're with here, and bear in mind their future happiness when this is coming up here. We need to bear in mind their future happiness as well as ours. Maybe we felt that they haven't thought of ours. Maybe they did hurt us. Maybe they were talking to somebody, cheated on us or something, and you're upset because you were like, what the hell? Like, I just found out about this and I'm feeling really, really frustrated with you. And you might be just cutting them off. It could be that kind of situation as well. I am getting that for a few of you, or some of you Libras, but whatever the situation is, let's pull some Romance Angel Oracle cards on it. Again, guys, if you're a subscriber, $6 off of all love readings for this month of February. And again, guys, when you subscribe and share, we get closer to 10,000, and then I'll be doing a big giveaway, some live readings. It'll be really fun, okay? And hopefully I can get that Patreon together. That's complicated. All right, so let's see. Message for my couple Libras for Valentine's Day. From the Romance Angels, from the Love Goddesses. Gosh, I wanted this to be so lovey. Forgiving and learning. That's nice, though. Okay, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So yeah, there are definitely situations that maybe we haven't fully healed from in the past year, that we haven't talked about, that we brushed over and didn't really deal with. They're coming back up. If we push them to the side, if we've been focusing on other things and not really focusing on, you know, our relationship and what's really going on between us here in this disconnect. All right. From the middle to the end of February for my Libras in relationships, what are their messages? What is this card here? What is this card that wants to come out? This deck feels hot, hot, hot. What is it? What do you want to show me? What do you want to show my Libras for love and relationships? Retreat. Interesting. A couple other people got this, I think. Did Leo get this? I don't remember. One of them got this. It might have been Leo or Cancer here. But this message came up before for sure. All right, retreat. Let's get forgiving and learning first here. For me, this is, you know, needing to move forward, needing to forgive if we've been fighting, if we, you know, somebody's hurt us here. We need to, we need to move forward. We need to do the work in moving forward, and that involves forgiving, releasing, learning. The Romance Angels have heard your desire for great love, and they bring you this card as guidance. They see that your heart can give and receive the bliss of romance by clearing away the cobwebs of the past. The angels know that you've been hurt before and that you're wary of being hurt again. Yet your defenses are creating barriers to allowing love into your life. As you heal your past, you won't keep recreating it. After all, you attract into your life the situations and relationships that remind you of what you've already experienced, because that is the primary tool of healing. To change to a healthier relationship pattern, it's necessary to detoxify any old anger, blame, or unforgiveness you may be holding. This includes forgiving yourself. Okay, so let's look at retreat now. Retreat. Oh my god, this reading was a lot longer than I wanted it to be. You and Virgo, like, threw me for a loop. What the heck? I'm really hoping that Scorpio and the other guys aren't going to be like this crazy. You guys are going through something this past month here. Do check out your February readings. That was pretty intense too. The Romance Angels see that your love life blossoms as you spend time alone with your partner or by yourself. It appears that you become confused or conflicted by other people's advice. It's time for you to disconnect so that you can better hear your own feelings and opinions. If you are in a partnership, spending time together apart from others will renew your commitment and take it to the next level. This can mean taking a vacation, going on a nature hike, enjoying a long drive, turning off the phones, and enjoying a quiet afternoon at home. The painting on this card also indicates a honeymoon, which could be the literal message. There may be a deepening of commitment. This card may indicate an upcoming engagement, wedding, or renewal of vows. If you're presently single, oh, you're not presently single, so I'm going to leave that one out because Yeah, then it talks about singles, but you guys, this is for the couples, so I'll leave it there. So yeah, sometimes we might need to retreat. Again, for me also, I see the retreat card as taking a break in a relationship sometimes. Sometimes when you really love somebody, but now might not be the time for us to come together fully, we might need to retreat, go our own separate paths for a while, and then come back together when we're ready. But also, again, take some time out on your own as well as with them. But make sure that you take some time for yourself at this point, okay? With the Hermit Reverse and Justice, it's giving me a strong message also to take time for yourself in order to see things clearly and not be so clouded by everything else, okay? Alrighty, Libras. So, good luck for them with love this month. Again, guys, do check out your other readings for your monthlies, your weeklies, as well as your 2019 to 2020 yearly. A lot of big messages there. Thank you guys so much for all of your support, and I wish you absolutely nothing but the best in terms of love for the rest of February. All right, Libras, thank you.